Hello everyone, and welcome to the fourth installment of the IBD Q&A series. If you're new, my name is Emeka. I'm a banker living in London. On this channel, we cover topics centered around banking, finance, and productivity while trying to live a fit and healthy lifestyle. So welcome. If you're new, appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe. And the first question is, what's your MBTI personality type? And do you have any thoughts on personality tests? Well, what's my MBTI personality type? I more or less did this before this video because I was like, I kind of have to. And my MBTI personality type is, I am a commander. I'm ENTJA. Apparently, commanders are bold, strong-willed, and always finding a way, which, is kind of me. And they've more or less given me some attributes. And I am 60% extroverted, which kind of makes sense because in my mind, I don't really like people or talking to people in general. But when I have to, I do it to a good level because client work, YouTube, meeting subscribers, you kind of have to learn to talk to people. So I understand how this can say I'm kind of a balance between an extrovert and introvert. The next one is intuitive versus observant. I'm 50-50. You should be both. You should be intuitive, meaning curious about what happens next, and also open-minded, because right now in society, a lot of people are not open-minded. Right now, you're not even allowed to question certain beliefs. So right now, so far, I'm a balance of extrovert, introvert, intuitive, observant. Now, this is when my personality really takes over. When it comes to thinking versus feeling, pause the video and guess what percentage I am. What percentage am I thinking versus feeling? Like, do I make decisions based on how I feel or based on facts? I'm not kidding. I am 100% thinking and 0% feeling based on this test. I do not believe that an emotional decision is ever a good one. How to look at if a decision makes sense is not based on the outcome. It's based on the steps to the outcome, because you might just be lucky that this one time the outcome was correct. But if the steps were incorrect, if the steps were led with emotion, I promise you, next time you want to make a decision, you'll make the wrong one. The next criteria is judging versus prospecting, and it says judging individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity and predictability, which, based on this, my score was 99% judging and 1% prospecting. Prospecting meaning they go with the flow, laissez-faire, they like vibes, who they like to vibe, that's them. And the last one was assertive versus turbulent. And as you can tell, work in banking or in corporate, you're a bodybuilder, you must be assertive. If you work in corporate, in order to climb the ranks, you must be assertive. So it says, I am 100% assertive. And what in general do I think about personality tests? I mean, I have no opinion on them. If you do them honestly, they are not incorrect. It's just information. What I want to expound on is related to personality is the concept of just be yourself. It's a very foolish concept. No one is just themselves. You hear on the news, you hear on social media, on Instagram, just be yourself, she'll like you or he'll like you. Just be yourself, you'll get the job. Just be yourself, this will happen. Do not just be yourself. You must adapt your behavior based on your surrounding. If you're an introvert and you want to get a high-paying job in banking, in law, that's very client-facing, you must not be yourself. You must adapt your situation and learn to be more extroverted. Learn to talk to clients, learn to interact with people. It's horrible advice to say just be yourself. Just be yourself, she will like you. I promise you, if you're fat, lazy, no job, no one's gonna like you. Hand on heart, I'm sorry, but actually I'm not sorry. No one will like you. You must change your effing situation. Go to the gym, get a job, and increase your prospect. Just be yourself. Don't just be yourself. Effing change. Next question is, what do I think about university as a whole? I think university is good, but it depends on what you study. Flat out, some degrees are useless. That's honestly, a lot of degrees most people do are effing useless. If your degree is not needed by society, so doctor, engineer, that stuff, or degree will not allow you to generate a lot of money when you finish, lawyer, banker, hedge fund manager. If your degree is not in any of those two, if your degree is just because you find that topic interesting, it's a waste of time to get that debt just to do that degree. Now, if your parents can pay for you, and you go to university and you come out with no debt, that's fine. But if you're going to put yourself in 20K, 30K, 50K debt to study effing communication or some other worthless degree, then please don't do it. it's not worth it. Do a degree that can pay you a lot of money when you finish, and then you can study communication on an online course by the side if you want to. Don't waste your time. Now, this is my advice to you if you've not started university yet. I want you to do this. Make a list of the top 10 jobs that pay the most money. Rank that from 1 to 10. 1 being the one that pays the most. And also make a list of the top 10 jobs based on the employability of the job. Meaning, what job are you likely to get graduate role right after university? Make that list. Now you have 2 lists. There will be some overlap with those jobs. Now with those 2 lists, I want you to add up the scores for each job. So banking could be 1 for salary and number 5 for employability. That would be a 6 score. Do that, and what you have now is a score for different jobs. Rank that from lowest to highest. And based on your skills and knowledge, go for the job that ranks the lowest. If the lowest ranking was banking, lawyer, architecture, based on your skills and knowledge, pick one of those jobs and go study that at university. Plain and simple. Now the next question is a fitness question, and the person is asking me if you could do only 10 exercises for muscle growth, what would they be? To answer this, what I'm going to do is to pick 1 or 2 workouts for each body part. So the first one, chest. If I had to pick only 2, it would be a flat dumbbell press and a cable chest fly. Why did I pick those 2? Because the dumbbell press, you can more or less do it anywhere, and you can create a dumbbell at home with concrete and a metal rod that you can create anywhere. Also for the chest, you want to maximize the stretch and the contraction. A dumbbell press will maximize the stretch, and a cable fly will maximize that contraction. So best of both worlds. And in general, I just enjoy doing the flat dumbbell press. I think my max ever is, I've done the 78s when I was at Zone Gym like 2 years ago. So that's my max dumbbell press. And it's 78 kilos, no pounds. That's like 170 pounds, I think. For back, the 2 I would pick would be pull-ups and like a chest supporter T-bar row. Pull-ups because it's a total back movement. You can do it weighted. You can do it anywhere, on the playground, at home, in the bar, on the train. You've seen those effing stupid people doing pull-ups on the train. Like, these people are annoying, but hey, you can do pull-ups anywhere. So I'll pick a pull-up and a chest supporter T-bar row. For legs, I'll pick the pendulum squat and leg extension because the pendulum squat will literally blow up your quads. It's literally the best movement you can do to grow your legs. The pendulum squat. If not that, then maybe a hack squat. But in my mind, pendulum squat is a lot better. Also, you don't need to load it as much. So you can only do 3-4 plates and your quads are fully pumped after it. For biceps, I'll pick just a normal standing dumbbell curl because it's normal. For triceps, I would pick weighted dips because you could do that anywhere again. For abs, I would pick a weighted rope crunch, and the last exercise I'll pick will be for your shoulders and will be simple dumbbell laterals. With those 10 movements, you create an excellent physique. And if I think about it, between 2018 and 2021, those were the movements I was doing to grow my physique. In fact, since 2017, I'll put some videos up right now. When I was in 2017 in King's Gym, 2018 in King's Gym, I was doing dumbbell press, T-bar rows, weighted dips, weighted pull-ups. I'm not talking like this to lie to you guys to say, no, do this when I haven't done it. I built most of my muscle doing weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, the really hard stuff because it effing puts on slabs of meat. The hard stuff works. The next question is, what is my motivation for working so hard? I get this question a lot. I'm trying to think how to answer it this time. I am intrinsically and also externally motivated to work hard, meaning the nature versus nurture debate. In this case, the two are interlinked, meaning intrinsically, being a man, you understand that hard work is not a choice. It is a choice, but if you're not, you will not succeed in life. In order to succeed in life as a guy, you must be effing hardworking because in order to make money and survive in the world, you must have a job that pays you well. That requires hard work. In order to procreate and continue your generation, you must be hardworking because, you know, women like guys with money is what it is. This is not a social construct. I must work hard because I need to be able to get a wife and get a son, get a daughter, and continue my legacy. It's in your back of your mind. It's in your hindbrain. It's not something that you can get away from. Now, you could then decide that, you know what, F life, I don't like it anymore. I can't be bothered to compete. And you become the guy that stays at home, jacks off, pizza in one hand, calm in one hand, watching Netflix. That could be you. But most guys watching this know that they must be successful. Being successful is not a choice. Is it fair? I mean, I don't really care. Like, it is what it is. The world will not change for you. So that's why I work hard, because I know being successful is not optional for me. The next question is, am I planning to exit banking in the next 10 to 15 years? And what would I do post-banking? Next 10 to 15 years, will I leave banking? Honestly, who effing knows? I won't say I don't have an exit goal in mind, but definitely next 10 to 15 years, I want to be back in Lagos. And if I'm back in Lagos, Nigeria, I might be in banking or in a hedge fund. I will be in financial services for sure. What service it will be, I'm not sure yet. I'll definitely be in financial markets for the next till I die, because I actually like banking. Like I've said before, both my parents are bankers. I studied finance, university, masters. I've been working in banking for 3 years now. It's all I know. So yeah, will I ever become full-time YouTube? Hell no, because I actually like finance. Like, it's stressful, but I actually like the work. Let's even say my YouTube salary became a lot more than my banking salary. I'll still do banking because I like finance. So it is what it is. And the last question is, did you get an internship in banking? And if so, did you convert it to a full-time offer? Great question. And actually, I'll do a full video on this to actually expatiate on this a bit more. But I did get 2 summer offers. One I converted and one I didn't. And when you don't convert, it's effing heartbreaking. Like, when you don't convert that internship, it really breaks your heart. But in my mind, after reflecting, I understood why I didn't convert. And this is what you shouldn't do. Make sure when you're doing your internship, you always let people know what you're currently working on. People must know what you're doing. In my mind, I assume that, hey, you gave me this task, I'm doing it. When I'm done, I'll let you know. If that takes 2 or 3 days, it's fine. No, every single day. In fact, start of the day, end of the day, update the VP, the MD, ED on what you're currently working on and what you finished today. You must, even if it's one task, update them as you go through that task. Something else I messed up doing was I didn't go to all the events because I didn't want to drink. And, my advice always has to be realistic and not idealistic. You must go to the events being organized by the bank. Even if you're on a diet, you should just go. Like, go, network, talk to people. It's a must, because the way to get a full-time offer is not just based on the quality of your work, because if you're in a top bank, the quality of the work will be good for most people. People will favor you if they remember you. And one way to leave an impression is when you're at drinks, when you can actually connect to people on a more personal level. I skipped 1 or 2 drinks, which I shouldn't have. And if you must go for drinks, I actually don't want to drink that much. Get a Diet Coke and a single shot whiskey, or Diet Coke and a single shot vodka. More or less, just get diet soda and a single shot of spirit. You'll be completely fine the next day. But yeah, hope you guys found that video useful. If you did, please like the video, comment down below your thoughts on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.